Thank you, Don. Mark Wainwright in for Joe Galuski this morning. Of course, Halloween is on the way in not too many days from now, in just a couple of weeks. And one thing that you notice a lot more as the years go by is that you see more and more use of Halloween costumes in the workplace. A lot of workplaces try to have fun with this. Of course, in businesses like restaurants, it's been a fairly routine thing for years now. The waitresses dress up in costumes, that sort of thing. But we begin to see it now in offices and professional settings. And some employers are okay with it, some are not. The problem is, of course, that sometimes wearing the wrong costume or the wrong type of costume can get you in hot water. And we're talking with employment attorney Ted Anderson about this. Ted, good morning. It seems that every year you hear about something bizarre happening at a workplace because somebody wears the wrong costume or the wrong kind of costume at work. Isn't this primarily an issue of personal judgment? I mean, shouldn't people be using their heads with this stuff a little more?
Yeah, well, thanks, Mark. People should be using their heads more, but a lot of times corporations probably could help out by maybe sending out a notice or something in advance that just kind of reminds people of the obligations that they have when it comes to a company event, obligations that pertain to, wearing appropriate clothing and not, being too revealing, or obligations of being sensitive to people's race and sexual orientation and religion.
Yeah, well, this is potentially a minefield. Because people, when they don't think, I mean, they may mean well, but in the wrong setting, in the wrong context. I mean, for example, one of the classic Halloween get-ups for young women, I don't mean to be sexist here, is the sexy nurse outfit. The nurse with the high heels and the cleavage and all that. Well, you really wouldn't want to be a real nurse in a hospital showing up at work that way, would you?
No, and while that might be appropriate for bar hopping at night or going over to a friend's house, most companies have policies that are in place that require that you wear appropriate non-revealing clothing. And so if you get notice out in advance that says, you need to wear appropriate clothing, most of the times people get the message under the circumstances. And obviously, if you do wear something like that at the office, you open yourself up to unwanted sexual advances and sexual harassment, and then the company is looking at sexual harassment, potentially sexual harassment charge themselves.